Welcome to Channel World Story 22, a channel that always discusses the history of countries around the world. On this good occasion, Channel World Story 22 will discuss women who were used as sex slaves by Japanese soldiers during World War II. Lots of women were used as sex slaves by Japanese soldiers. They come from Indonesia, Korea, Malaya, China, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam and Europe. Then how did the Japanese soldiers recruit the women who were made into sex slaves? Before continuing to the discussion, please support so that this channel can develop by liking, commenting, subscribing and sharing. Jugun Yanfu is a term aimed at women who were used as sexual slaves by the Japanese military during World War II. According to research results, the women who became comfort women came not only from Japan, but also from Korea, China, Malaya, Thailand, the Philippines, Indonesia, Myanmar, Vietnam, and several European women in the colonies. It is estimated that the number of Jugun Yanfu during World War II reached 20,000 to 30,000 women. However, some estimate the actual number is over hundreds of thousands of women from several countries. History. At first, brothels were deliberately set up to provide comfort women's services to Japanese soldiers in order to reduce incidents of rape. The women who work in the brothel join voluntarily. In addition, the aim of the Japanese government to present the comfort women was to prevent the spread of venereal diseases among the Japanese soldiers. However, in its development, many women were forced to work as sexual slaves. The first victims were of course the women from Japan themselves, who were enslaved in military brothels and trafficked throughout Japan. In its development, they were then sent abroad, following the Japanese soldiers on duty. Recruitment system. At first, Jugun Yanfu were taken from the villages in a very secretive way of recruiting. Usually, the Japanese military government asked for help from the Kamet and Lura to be able to attract women to become comfort women. During its development, the recruiting system changed. People from the brothels used to trick the women by saying that they would be put to work in factories or restaurants. Another way is to trick the women into being hired as nurses at the Japanese army outpost. Once recruited, they are promised a comfortable post either in their own country or abroad. Apart from deception, another method used to recruit women to become comfort women is by force. In fact, many women who became comfort women were abducted directly from houses in the Japanese-occupied territories. The Japanese government also does not look at the age of the women they make sexual slaves. Not a few of them are still young. Most of the women who become Jugun Yanfu experience financial difficulties and have little education, and are even illiterate. Therefore, they can easily believe in the job offers that are given. Jugun Yanfu in Indonesia. According to historical records, the Japanese government implemented the practice of comfort women throughout the Asia-Pacific region, including Indonesia from 1942 to 1945. At the beginning of the Japanese occupation of Indonesia, the condition of the comfort women was actually guaranteed, starting from food, medicine, and so on. However, in 1943, conditions began to change, where the Japanese government implemented strict food rationing for comfort women in Indonesia. As a result, many Indonesian Jugun Yanfu are increasingly under pressure to the point of experiencing pain, both physically and mentally. Many of them also have to undergo routine examinations and treatment. In 1945, When the Japanese had left Indonesia, the Jugonayanfu were released. One of the impacts is causing comfort women to not be accepted back into post-independence society. Some returned to their original places, some chose to go far away and their whereabouts are unknown.